What a season it has been. Joey Logano caps off the 2022 season by winning the Cup Series championship, his second title ever in his Cup Series career, his fourth win of the season, and just what a season it has been with the new next-gen car and everything else going on. So let's just go ahead and dive on into this review. Hey guys, NASCAR Mobile 48 back again, back to another episode of NRR. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series Championship from Phoenix Raceway. Oh my god, I hope we do not just... No! I just don't like Phoenix. This race was... it's just with the next-gen car on some of these flat tracks and it's hard to pass. This race was not as good as last year, in my opinion. So... I don't know. I already know the championship's going to be hosted here in 2023, but after that, I'm not sure where it's going to be. Hopefully it's not at Phoenix, because I just cannot stand that track. But hopefully they make some adjustments with this next-gen car over the off-season so that it can race better on these flatter ovals. But anyway, what a race it has been. Joey Logano gets his second career championship. Ross Chastain just comes up oh so short, just needed another caution. Christopher Bell, costly mistakes on pit road from his pit crew, and then Chase Elliott had some contact with Ross Chastain during this race, and we've had a lot of stuff go on right even before the race happened. So we're just gonna go ahead and break it down right now. So let's go ahead and dive. Now, before we go ahead and talk about our review, I just want to go ahead and say my thoughts and prayers are out to the entire Gibbs family and the Joe Gibbs Racing organization after we've heard the tragic loss of Coy Gibbs earlier today. Just what a tragedy right there. And talking about Ty Gibbs, who just won his first Xfinity Series championship and just loses his father just the next day. It's unbelievable to hear. My heart and prayers go out to Ty Gibbs, and I just really feel bad for him because he's just been getting crapped on after his move at Martinsville on Brandon Jones and for winning the championship, and people don't think he deserved to win it, and I'm one of those people. I crapped on him for both those things, but I do not think he does not deserve to have this happen, especially at 19 years old. So praying for the best for Ty Gibbs. Hopefully he's feeling all right. That's why he was not racing here today at Phoenix. It was Daniel Hemrick behind the wheel of the 23 machine. And then also for Joe Gibbs, just losing your second child as a parent, that is just a rough one, because that's both of your children and they're gone. It's just unbelievable. Lost JD Gibbs early in 2019 and now loses his other son Coy Gibbs here. Just unbelievable things that I'm hearing right before the green flag was thrown today. Just hopefully they can come back stronger from this, but just our thoughts and prayers are with them. Give them privacy. Don't be dog crapping on Ty Gibbs or just anyone. Let's just leave them alone. Let them cope with their loss, and just man, just I have no other words to describe on what I just heard earlier today. But now let's just move by the sad news and just talk about our 2022 Cup Series champion. Joey Logano is able to get it done here today. What a season it has been. Going from winning the Busch Clash, getting the win at Darlington with that move on William Byron, also winning at Gateway, NASCAR's first trip there, also winning at Las Vegas. That's technically his track because it's always sponsored by Pennzoil, and was able to lock himself into the Championship 4. And it's weird because the first drivers to lock themselves into the Championship 4 in each series all finished dead last in the championship, going back to Josh Berry and also Ty Majeski, but Joey Logano broke that one. But congrats to Joey Logano, your 2022 champion, fourth win of the season, second Cup Series championship, first championship for Ford since 2018 from Joey Logano. Also first time Ford has a two-time champ since David Pearson, so really good record breaking right there. And also first time Penske has won the IndyCar and NASCAR title in the same season, referring back to Will Power, who won the season's championship back in September. And also Joey Logano joins Kyle Busch as the second active NASCAR driver with multiple championships, so really good right there. And third win at Phoenix, and first champion in the next gen car. Really historic move right there, because we had our last champ in the Gen 6 car, which was Kyle Larson, and our first champ in the Gen 6 car, which was Jimmy Johnson. So really good right here to hear about Joey Logano. Just had a hell of a day. He swept both he won the first stage, but right off the bat was just dominating in the first place. He was having a heck of a day. Him and Blaney were going at it a few times, and Blaney eventually edged him out to win stage 2. And then later throughout the day, Logano I don't think anyone could press on him. I mean, Bell was gaining on Logano at one point, and then Logano and Bell had their battle until that caution came out with Alex Bowman hitting the wall. Thank goodness he was okay. Screw you, McDowell. That's why you're losing Blake Harris. But anyway, Logano was able to get the lead back. He was going against Briscoe for the race lead eventually, and Logano took the lead. And after that, with like 28 laps to go, he beat Blaney. Chastain couldn't catch him. Logano becomes the 2022 champion. Congrats to him and the entire Penske organization. Let's see if they can defend their title in 2023. Finishing runner-up was Ryan Blaney. What a season it's been for Ryan Blaney. Been one of the most consistent drivers all season long. Just was not able to get a win. First time Ryan Blaney has been winless in a NASCAR Cup Series season since 2016, where I believe that was his first full-time season in NASCAR, and that was his rookie season, so definitely sucks for Ryan Blaney. They had a heck of a car today, because right off the bat, Logano obviously dominated. Blaney was just right there. He was the only one that could just beat Logano, but Logano had him earlier in the first stage, and later throughout the second stage, Blaney and Logano were going at it for the lead. Blaney took the lead, and he had an issue towards the end of stage 2. I thought he had a fuel, I thought he ran out of gas and stuff, but apparently he had something with his brake rotor, but he was still able to win stage 2, still able to continue throughout the race, and it was just Ryan Blaney out there trying to challenge against Joey Logano, but just was not enough to get his first win from his teammate. So it does suck for Ryan Blaney to go winless, but they had an overall consistent season. If they can just get their if they could just finish some of these races and just limit some of the mistakes, like especially that they made in the playoffs, I feel like they could have a really good 2023 season. Finishing at third and also the second highest playoff driver, Ross Chastain. Even though Ross Chastain did not win the championship, you just got to give it to him and the entire Trackhouse organization, because I did not see Ross Chastain coming into this year making the playoffs, not even making it to the championship 4, not even finishing second in the championship 4. I had Chastain probably just missing out of the playoffs, probably like 17th or 18th and stuff, but he did it, getting 2 wins early in the season and able to cap it off with a nice championship 4 spot, and just getting in there with that hell of a move, the video game move, the wall ride move, and was able to get in there and almost hack that championship. Just needed one caution, and what could have been. But what a season it has been for Chastain. Got to give it up to him. They've had a pretty consistent day. They've had some ups and downs, I'll admit. I mean, he was on the move pretty late in he was on the move pretty early in stage 1. He was running really well, and then later in stage 2, Elliott kind of spun off the nose of Ross Chastain and hit the wall. I don't really think it's Chastain, because he moved down there before Elliott. Elliott just kept on going and then spun himself across the nose of Chastain. So, and then besides, it's a championship 4 spot, or you're literally battling for the championship. I mean, if that was like Elliott's teammate or some other random non-playoff driver, I guess they'd lift. But for Chastain, and I bet even for Joe Logano, I don't think they lift. I mean, Logano didn't lift for that whole Carl Edwards thing back in 2016, so you're battling for the championship. I don't expect Chastain to lift. I mean, that's just how Chastain is, but really, in reality, as a championship 4 driver, I don't expect him to lift. So kind of mostly on Chase Elliott and stuff, but that one definitely took him out of contention. But back to Ross Chastain, after that incident and just after that last pit stop, he just needed a better restart and just needed another one, but was not able to get the win. So it does suck for Ross Chastain, but you got to give it up for Trackhouse. They're definitely going to be championship contenders following into the 2023 season. Finishing in 4th was Chase Briscoe. Got to give it up for Chase Briscoe, because I'll admit, I did not really see him doing all that well. I thought he probably finished like top 15, but actually got top 5. One of the best Fords all day long. Got to give it up for Chase Briscoe. He had the lead late in the race. He took it away from Ryan Blaney, but then Logano and Briscoe battled for the lead. Logano took the lead away from Briscoe, and Briscoe started to fall back throughout a couple spots and ended up finishing in 4th. What a nice strong run after he won here in Phoenix earlier this season. Man, if only he made the championship 4, what could have been for Chase Briscoe. But all in all, what a heck of a season it was for Chase Briscoe. Some people thought he was going to have a sophomore slump, but I thought he would be on the rise, and I was completely right. So what a really good season for Briscoe in the 14. Hopefully they can come back stronger in 2023. And rounding out the top 5 and 5th was Kevin Harvick. What a nice run for Kevin Harvick as well. Really good at Phoenix, of course. And besides, I think he now has, I believe, 17 or 18 top fives or top tens at this track, which is the most of anyone at Phoenix. So he now joins the list of Petty, Earnhardt, and Johnson with the most top tens at a single track. Joining seven-time champs, that's a really high honor for Kevin Harvick. So what a really executed weekend for Harvick. Was still trying to look for another win, but just wasn't enough. Harvick's 2022 season was a pretty decent one. I mean, it didn't really start off all that hot until late in the regular season, and then just the first round, definitely something for them to forget. And then also going into 2023, which looks like will be Kevin Harvick's goodbye season, farewell season. Hope we can exit out with a hurrah or something. But what a pretty well race for Harvick in the 14. Finishing in sixth was William Byron. Highest finishing Hendrick driver today. Nothing really to say off of William Byron. Just had a really good car. Started eighth today. And he is pretty good at Phoenix in my opinion. Because I'm pretty sure... Well, actually, no. Because earlier this year, he finished 18th, I believe. So he just had a really good day. Hope he can have another good run here at Phoenix. Because he was my... pick to win the championship from the beginning of this year, right even before the Busch Clash, but just wasn't able to do it. Made it to the round of 8, but just did not make it to the championship 4. So what a season it was for William Byron. Hopefully they can come back stronger, better than ever next year. They just got to finish some of these races and get some more wins and stay consistent, and I think they'll be really good and a really hard team to beat next year. Finishing in 7th was Kyle Busch. One last race for Kyle Busch in the 18 car, and it ends off in a pretty good way. Definitely not the way in Martinsville last week, but for Kyle Busch this week ends off really good. Started 22nd earlier today and was able to get his 7th place finish, his final top 10 finish for this race team. Man, what a career it has been for Kyle Busch at Joe Gibbs Racing. Definitely was going to be a tough day for Kyle Busch after hearing about the incident with Coy Gibbs and then just Eminem's leaving and then just him leaving the team overall. Just definitely a hard race indeed for him, but for him to be able to get a top 10 finish, definitely a good soft story for Kyle Busch. So that's it for JGR. Let's see what he will do next year in the number 8 car, but what a season it was for Kyle Busch, only getting 1 win, 60 wins, now has another driver who has multiple championships just like him. So who's better, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano? We'll find out next season. Finishing in 8th was Denny Hamlin. Ah, man. It's just hard to really talk about some of these JGR drivers after just the incident that happened and some of the emotions coming into this. I mean, Hamlin put out a tweet earlier today about Coy Gibbs, and it also is really morbid and just really dark and just really sad if you think about it, how he said, "I miss JD" after last week. And now Coy Gibbs is gone. It's just so rough for the entire JGR organization. But a nice solid finish for Denny Hamlin, finishing 8th. He started 21st today. Had a pretty strong car. He's really good at Phoenix. Kind of gave Chastain a hard time earlier in the race as it began, but then later in the day just had a consistent run. So really good, really good solid finish for the 11 team. Finishing in 9th was Kyle Larson, and no, Larson was not able to win the Owners' Championship. That title now goes to Joey Logano. So I think Larson finished 3rd in the Owners' Championship, so Hendrick Motorsports just came up a little bit short. But a nice season for Kyle Larson, definitely something he did not expect when trying to defend his title. Didn't even make it back to the Championship 4, eliminated in the round of 12. What a shocker. So hopefully Kyle Larson can bounce back from this, because seems like Larson can dominate in things. This is the first year in the next gen car. Completely a difficult obstacle for everyone. So I feel like in the next couple years, I feel like once Larson gets used to this, I think his skill and his talent will come back to him and he'll start to dominate once again. But for now, it's not going to be like that. They just got to adjust. But a nice solid season for Kyle Larson, the 5 team. Feel like next year is going to be a little bit better for them. And then rounding out the final 4 spot was Christopher Bell. I mean, not the final 4 spot, but the 3rd spot in the Championship 4 was Christopher Bell. Didn't really have a good start to the weekend as he qualified 17th. Only made up to 10th in the end. Just really weird day for Christopher Bell, just having the emotions and just everything going on with Coy Gibbs after hearing about that. But then earlier in the race, in stage 1, him and Chastain were moving through the field really slowly because, like I said, it's really hard to pass here and stuff. And then later in stage 1, Bell got really loose at one point, almost got himself into the wall, could have ended his championship hopes, and he just instead lost some spots, which was better. And then later out in the day, Bell was on the move, catching Ryan Blaney and Joe Logano, and then after the pit stop to begin stage 3. Bell lost some spots on pit road, and then we had that other incident with Elliott. And then after we heard about that, then Bell talked about potential engine trouble. Luckily, there was none. And so later throughout the day, Logano and Bell were going at it, and it looked like it could have been the championship fight between them until we had that one caution with Bowman hitting the wall, McDowell wrecking as well, and then a terrible stop for Christopher Bell basically sealed it, and he was out. Does suck for Christopher Bell and the Twain team after hearing the incident that happened today, and then just Bell making last-second comebacks in Martinsville and the Roval just to even be here. So it does suck that all of that was for nothing, but I don't think it was. I feel like Bell put on a really solid performance today and just was not enough to beat Joey Logano today. So now let's rate this race. I've already been critical about Phoenix that this track, it's below mid in my opinion, okay? It does not deserve to host the championship, and in my opinion, I don't even think Phoenix deserves 2 dates. I feel like it's a track that just deserves 1 and stuff. So that's just my opinion on it. The racing here is really below average in my opinion, and I'm really bummed out that this is going to be the championship next season, but hopefully in 2024 and beyond we will never see Phoenix as the championship race ever again. But anyway, as we now talk about Phoenix, what did I think about this race? It was pretty good. There was some passing here or there, but it was also looked like it was really difficult to pass, seeing how Bell and Chastain took them forever to even make it up into the top 10. It took them till the end of the stage to even get up into the top 10. So to rate this race, it wasn't really all that great to end off the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season. Then Joey Logano wins the championship. Some fans are probably not going to be happy about this one. But to end it off, I'm going to give this race, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was mid. It was below mid, actually. It was average. I don't know. This race could have been better, I guess. But just, hopefully the racing on the flat ovals is better. It's like hard to pass. It's gotten better and stuff. It's just, this race was mid, but it was okay, I guess. At least the season's over. We all get a break, so we'll be back to talk about the Busch Clash in the LA Coliseum in early February. Should be fun and stuff. But yeah, my last rating of the season is a 6 out of 10. Not that good, to be honest, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Well, before we get to our drivers of the day, I feel like I haven't highlighted the Chase Elliott-Ross Chastain incident that much. So basically, off one of the restarts, Elliott was right in front of Ross Chastain, and once they were coming all the way down to the dogleg, Chastain already hooked a left onto that side, and then Chase Elliott also followed, trying to block him. Ross Chastain was not lifting because, like I've said before, if I'm a Championship 4 driver, I'm not going to lift like that because I'm trying to fight for a championship. Maybe if I'm a non-playoff driver, yeah, I'll cut them some slack because I don't want to piss off a driver going for a title and stuff. But Chastain didn't lift. That's just Ross Chastain. And then Elliott slid off of him and hit just the entire right side door into the wall. Didn't really seem that bad, but we saw the damage and talked about a possibility of a broken toe link. And then later, Elliott was able to get back on track. He was only 1 lap down, and that was really great work by the 9 team. But then later, Elliott was struggling, and he was and then eventually went 2 laps down, finished 29th, I believe, and that was just the end of his championship hope. So, does suck for Chase Elliott making his 3rd straight Championship 4 appearance right there. Just had some misfortune. I feel like he definitely could have done something or had a challenge against Joey Logano like Christopher Bell did late in this race. Just a misfortune, I think, just a misread by Chase Elliott. Made a mistake a little bit. I mean, you could put it on both drivers, but I would mostly put it on Chase Elliott making that mistake. So I'm going to kind of defend Ross Chastain, but that's just Ross Chastain. He's just really aggressive. That's just how it is racing with him. So I bet Elliott's probably not really happy about that. But then again, Elliott, you know, we saw what he did and stuff. So that does suck on Elliott's part, trying to go for Hendrick's another championship, how many they have. But it does suck that his Championship 4 had to end like that. Really haven't seen a Championship 4 contender be knocked out of a race like that since Carl Edwards and stuff. But it does suck for Chase Elliott and the 9 team. Hopefully they can bounce back, and I'm not sure, but maybe in the Busch Clash you might see some clashing between the 1 and the 9 in February, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about our drivers of the day. So before I get into the unlucky drivers of the day, I just want to say there's no comeback driver of the day or underdog driver of the day, just looking off the finishing list of this race. So we're just going to talk about this. So unlucky drivers of the day, I'm going to give it to Alex Bowman and Brad Keselowski. If you guys did not see what happened, Brad Keselowski car caught on fire. That is what, the third, fourth, fifth time that we've seen a Ford catch on fire. So really felt bad for Brad Keselowski, not the way he wanted to end off his first season as a co-owner for RFK. Just really sucked right there. And also weird that happened to Chris Buescher during the Indy Road Course race. And moving on to my boy Alex Bowman, making his first return since the Texas Motor Speedway race in the round of 12. And fortunately, Michael McDowell just did not know where the hell Bowman was, slammed into the side of him, cleaned out Bowman. Bowman hit the wall head on and stuff. Hopefully that did not do any damage to Alex Bowman. I was really worried about that because, like, oh no, that's my driver. No. But Bowman was okay. He continued, finished 34th, so really wish they would have parked it. But it was Greg Ives' last race, so a bit sad as well for the 48 team. And it's weird how Bowman gets wrecked out by Michael McDowell, and Michael McDowell has the crew chief that's going to be Bowman's crew chief next season. So I guess that's McDowell's way of saying, hey, thanks for taking away my crew chief and stuff. But anyway, I'm not really that mad at McDowell. Just a dumb decision by him and stuff. Hopefully we don't see anything like that again. Then again, you also have to think with the sunset at Phoenix, the sun is like literally dead in your face on that straightaway part of the track. But thankfully Bowman was not injured. We'll probably see what else happens. Hopefully nothing further happens after this weekend. But those are the unlucky drivers of the day. And then for overall driver of the day, I mean, it's obvious. Of course, it's Joey Logano winning this race. Just led over 150-something laps. Just had an amazing car, amazing day. Was able to get the job done and win his second career championship. Really, congrats to Joey Logano, the 22 team, and Team Penske for getting it done. Just no one could really touch him. No one in the Championship 4 could really touch the 22 car. Well, there we go, guys. Another NASCAR Cup Series season has come and gone. Also, we just want to say congratulations to Zane Smith and Ty Gibbs for winning their championships in the Truck Series and in the Xfinity Series. And now Joey Logano winning it in the Cup Series. So no Chevys have won a championship this season. Kind of a bummer right there. But anyway, that's going to cap off the season. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching another season of NRR. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back for season 4 of this channel or thing that we do now for 2023. Should be a fun one. I'm also going to be graduating late May of next year, probably like during the same day as the Coke 600. So if I don't have a review for that, it's probably because I'm out celebrating getting the hell out of high school. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching NRR. I really do appreciate every single one of you who've been tuning into the videos, because the NRR videos have been doing really well in the last couple months. So I do really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for getting us to 200 subs this year. I really appreciate you guys. We should have some pretty cool off-season videos later this month, later next month and stuff, right before the new year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel, gaming channel, Instagram, do all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. This is NASCAR Mobile 48. Peace out. Have a good year. Why did I say that? See you guys next time, my God.